From earning enough miles for a world tour to getting free products at the grocery store, today it feels like you can just hack almost anything to make your dollars from scratch. But just imagine, what if you could hack your own body? Doesn't it sound quite insane to you? Well, that's exactly where the term biohacking lands. You know the saying, "You are what you eat"? That actually applies to humans in a broader sense. Everything we put into our bodies, be it our foods, our thoughts, or our physical movements, directly affects how we behave. So, biohacking is the process of making changes to your lifestyle to hack your body's biology and feel your best. By biohacking yourself, you can actually transform your body so you feel more energized, more productive, and overall, like the best possible version of yourself. Stay tuned as we'll uncover everything you need to know about biohacking and how it promises a new era of human potential. Well, biohacking doesn't have to involve being a mad scientist and running crazy experiments with your body. Instead, it means using various hacks to see what works best for you and using it to live your best life. Some people will tell you that all sorts of gadgets and measurements are necessary for biohacking yourself, but there's actually some real power in the old-school approach, such that by making small changes to your daily routine, letting your body adapt, and simply paying attention to how you feel, you can unlock amazing results. You stick with the things that work for you and ditch the ones that don't. After all, when it comes to how your body feels, you're the real expert. So, let's get into the science behind biohacking. But before that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button along with that bell icon to stay tuned for more updates. What is biohacking and how does it work? In the age where information is at our fingertips and technology advances at an unprecedented rate, a new movement is captivating the minds and bodies of many. And what's that? Well, it's none other than a trendy term, biohacking. Biohacking is a term that describes various tips and tricks for enhancing the body's ability to function at peak performance, and maybe even extend one's lifespan. While certain modalities of biohacking may seem extreme, forms like meditation and intermittent fasting are fairly commonplace and time-tested, with extensive research supporting their use. What's new, however, is the movement behind this overall quest for better biological function. Known to some as DIY or do-it-yourself biology, biohacking is a radical approach to self-improvement. It is a sort of kingdom where individuals take the reins of their biology into their own hands, seeking to optimize health, performance, and overall well-being. But what's the actual goal? Well, at its core, biohacking is about self-improvement and tapping into our body's latent abilities, and its practices range from simple lifestyle tweaks to technological advancements. The ultimate goal of biohacking is to counteract the effects of aging and unlock the potential secrets to longevity. Now, before we learn more about biohacking and its categories, let's first quickly look at the hands behind this emerging trend and its brief history. A brief history of biohacking. Biohacking began as an underground movement in the early 2000s, but is now practiced by millions across the globe. In his quest to become superhuman, the father of biohacking, Dave Asprey, has tried some pretty out-there techniques by running electricity through his brain, injecting stem cells into his reproductive organs, and sleeping in a bath of ice packs that left him with first-degree burns over 15% of his body. Doesn't he seem to be totally out of his mind? Well, here's how he clarified this during the 2023 National Biohacking Conference in Orlando, Florida. Biohacking is a global movement based on the idea that you can change the environment around you and inside of you, so you have full control of your own biology. For most people, control means a desire to be better, not just okay. In Asprey's case, he was once seriously overweight and struggling with brain fog and chronic fatigue while working in Silicon Valley. His journey with what's now called biohacking began when he decided to apply the principles of being a computer tech hacker to his own biology instead. Dave Asprey, author of Smarter, Not Harder, The Biohacker's Guide to Getting the Body and Mind You Want, has also explained, hackers look at something they want to access, and they don't know what it is, but they start poking at it until they get the behavior they want, and then they gain control of the system by changing the way they get in. Asprey regularly shares how his hacking philosophy led him to extensive personal experimentation, including taking dozens of daily supplements and injecting his own bone marrow-harvested stem cells into various joints in his body. Healthy and full of energy, he now says he plans to live to 180 years old. Asprey runs an online community of biohackers called the Upgrade Collective, where hundreds of members have reported benefits such as better sleep quality, weight loss, and increased energy levels. Asprey and a group of mostly affluent men like ex-Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, another prominent biohacker, are largely responsible for pushing the biohacking term into pop culture prominence. Well, almost any tactic could be assumed as biohacking if an individual employs it to enhance their biology in some way. Therefore, the categories and possibilities for biohacking are vast and almost overwhelming. So let us now highlight the types and categories of biohacking and how celebrities around the world have taken it as a secret weapon for staying young. Levels of biohacking. Based on its definition alone, there's a whole spectrum to biohacking. On one end of the spectrum, simply drinking coffee or a caffeinated drink could be considered a form of biohacking, as caffeine can influence your biology to improve alertness and focus. At the other end, there are biohackers with devices inserted under their skin to give them new abilities, such as detecting the north. For simplicity, we can consider 3 levels of biohacking across the spectrum from least to most invasive, while keeping in mind that there are overlaps. 1. Lifestyle. This category of biohacking focuses on making positive health and behavior choices and embracing ways of life that activate the biology of performance and longevity. Lifestyle is probably the most accessible way most people can start experiencing biohacking, and you could already be a lifestyle biohacker. Have you ever gone gluten-free or tried intermittent fasting, meditated, popped a multivitamin or a superfood supplement? Well, most people have been stretching these tactics for many years. But what if you learn that these are what exactly defines the bottom line of lifestyle biohacking? Wouldn't you just rush towards it? Dave Asprey, best-selling author, founder of Bulletproof Coffee and Upgrade Labs, and widely considered the father of biohacking, began his foray into the field in 2010 when he hit a health wall. At 30, I weighed 300 pounds with aging diseases including arthritis, pre-diabetes, high risk of heart attack, brain fog, chronic fatigue, etc. Despite eating a healthy diet and exercising 6 days a week when I saw no change, I realized I had to hack my own biology, he says. Now 48, Asprey takes between 100 and 150 supplements a day, intending to live past 180 years. Asprey is not alone in his quest to hack his own biology. Other celebrities such as Brooke Burke, Jeff Bezos, and Tom Brady have also embraced biohacking to achieve their goals, whether it's losing weight, boosting memory, living longer, or getting better sleep. 2. Biological modifications. For more invasive maneuvers to modify our bodies, we are looking at biological modifications. These range from ingested pills, such as supplements or nootropics, also called cognitive enhancers, to stem cells and at-home CRISPR or clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeat injections. Part of the daily routine of YouTube sensation and biohacker Brian Johnson, who wants to live forever, involves taking over 100 pills. He has also experimented with plasma transfusion with his son, although he has given up on this approach due to the lack of results. 3. Grinders. Going one step further are grinders. These are the biohackers who tend to undertake extreme body modifications through technological means. This level of biohacking has some overlap with transhumanism, as grinders consider themselves at the forefront of human augmentation. US-based biohacker Rich Lee can be termed as a grinder. He not only has NFC chips implanted in his fingers to perform tasks such as unlocking doors, but also has a biotherm chip in his forearm to monitor his body temperature, and headphone implants in his ears. Besides all these outcomes, what do you think? Is biohacking safe to be performed? Biohacking is fighting a bad reputation in some circles because it's occasionally practiced ahead of the science, meaning people test hacks on themselves before they're proven to work in a controlled clinical research setting. In fact, a 2020 article in Science expressed concern at the lack of scientific oversight of many genetic biohacking and other DIY science procedures currently surfacing on the consumer market. However, when approached with safety in mind and used incrementally, biohacking can be safe for most people. It's crucial to approach biohacking with caution, relying on evidence-based information and consulting with healthcare professionals when necessary, says Lofton. So before attempting invasive biohacking strategies on your own, it would be recommended to consult with a healthcare professional, considering that even biohacking your metabolism with caffeine can have side effects such as increased blood pressure and headache. It would be recommended to discuss with an expert before performing more sophisticated types of biohacks. Let's now sum up this video with the future consideration of biohacking. Regulation around human biohacking is currently limited, and given the DIY and unreported nature of the processes, the success rates and accuracy of biohacking are quite hard to measure. Nevertheless, some countries have started taking some regulatory measures. Most EU member states require biohackers to have a license to carry out experiments. In states such as Germany, infringement can lead to imprisonment. In the US, some biohacking activities are illegal, such as agrobacterium-engineered plants and soil bacteria cultures. So that's a wrap. So biohacking is a powerful concept that equips individuals with diverse tools and strategies. However, one must do their research, evaluate the safety of the biohacks they're considering, and keep their biohacking efforts in check, as too much of anything may not be a good thing. Before you leave, share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.